Hello, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Brianna Hicks, and this is the effects of color consistency on graph comprehension. My faculty mentors were Dr. Blair Weidler and Dr. Jared McGinley. Here is some background information as to why we chose this topic. PowerPoints are critical for conveying research in education and business. Therefore, creating text and graphs that facilitate information extraction is of the utmost importance. Prior research has focused on PowerPoint features such as background color, font type or size, wordiness, lack of wording, or distractions such as animations or large images. Think about how many lectures you attend that include a PowerPoint as a guide for the class. How many times have you had to refer back to PowerPoints following those lectures? There is a lack of research regarding how graphical information is displayed on PowerPoints and how the consistency of color across text and graph influences graph comprehension. Next, I want to provide some clarity for you to better understand this project. What is color consistency in this context? Color consistency is when the variables in the presented information, or in this case, the question, are the same color as the variables presented in the graph. When the question presenting the information has the variable Rio Cobre, for example, as blue, and the variable Milk River as yellow, the graph on the left is color consistent with those variables, or CC. So the graph on the right would be color inconsistent, or CI, with the presented information. We also decided to include a location manipulation in this experiment. Both of the graphs here are location consistent, or LC, meaning the variables are presented in the same order as the question. If a graph is location inconsistent, or LI, the order of the variables would be switched on the graph. The goal of this experiment was to directly examine how color consistency influences the extraction of information from graphs and the memory for answers interpreted from graphs, or the learned information. Our hypothesis is that color consistency improves the extraction of information from graphs. To investigate our hypothesis, participants were shown a series of 64 questions about one topic, Jamaica. Each question was followed by a graph. There were 4 possible graph conditions that were randomly chosen for each question. Those were color consistent, location consistent, color consistent, location inconsistent, color inconsistent, location consistent, and color inconsistent, location inconsistent. The graph provided the answer to the question, and the process was repeated for all 64 questions. After that, there was a distractor task. Then, participants took a memory test about the learned facts. Here are the results. The main dependent variable we looked at was the average time it took for the participants to extract the information from the graph. The results show that the graph response time was higher for the inconsistent color effect, so it took them longer to extract the accurate information. Response times were also faster when the location was consistent than when it was inconsistent. Overall, neither variable influenced memory performance. However, we did find that participants were able to extract information from graphs quicker and easier with the color and the location consistent conditions. In conclusion, there are real-world applications to this study. Overall, This implies that if educators take the time out of their day to keep their text and graphical information consistent in location and color, their students will have more clarity within their PowerPoint lectures. We hope to guide future educators to choose to include graphed information in their PowerPoints or lecture slides in the best way possible. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to view my presentation. Have a great day and stay safe.